What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Ranked and Relentless podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Austin.
And this week we are talking about the most recent pull out of the infamous bowl, bucket, whatever you want to call it. I like saying bucket pull because it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's a bucket pull.
Yeah, because I'm used to watching Kill Tony, which I haven't actually watched in a while because it's, you know, I like a lot of the comedians on there. I like a lot of the regulars, but like Tony Hinchcliffe is just so annoying.
I'm a clip person. Like I can't watch the full episodes anymore.
It's a lot.
I get clips because you'll get one. It's like one great comedian, and then 20 just dude. Why are you here? And those are the episodes I can't.
When we had our loop to Philadelphia last summer, it was me, Carmen, and two other guys in the car, a wrestler and a referee, and they don't listen to Kill Tony. So we were like, yo, like the fucking presidential one just came out with Joe Biden and Donald Trump on it. So we were like, this one's funny as fuck. So we played that, and there were so many times, dude, where I was just like, skip next 10 minutes or so. Like that 2-hour podcast wound up being like an hour. I was like, this is just so much of this is just so boring. Yeah. But anyway, we pulled from the bucket. We definitely did this on the first try. We did not have to use both of our vetoes and then add another veto for good measure. We got this on the first try. This week we are talking about the second studio album from 3 Days Grace, 1X. 3 Days Grace. This year has been in the news a little bit. The return of Adam Guntier into the fold. They are keeping Matt Walst on as well. Now they're doing the two vocalist gimmick. We've seen this work for some bands. I hope that this works for those guys. And Austin, I know I personally, I really first got into 3 Days Grace with the first album. I feel like my fandom really peaked with self-titled at that. But this was the one that like really got you initially, right?
Yeah. I mean, I knew how I Hate Everything About You. I think it was Now or Never. I think that was one of the other ones I listened to. But 3 Days Grace was a 1X. That's when I really, really discovered or I listened to. Still to this day, out of all the other albums, that's always the one I go to.
And I actually recently went back to self-titled for the first time. And now that I'm talking about it, guarantees it's what you're going to pull out of the bucket at the end of this. Which I swear to fucking Christ, if it does happen, I'm going and buying a lottery ticket if it happens. I swear to fucking God. Because at this point, it's too coincidental. But no, Scared was my favorite on that record. Scared was fuck. There's a lot of Overrated's a really good one. Wake Me Up was real. The first record had some non-single bangers. And that's another thing about 3 Days Grace, where I feel like I've always resonated more with the non-singles than I did the singles, and that's going to show today. But this was an album that I think was their first real taste of some big commercial success, because of the singles that we have on this album, we've got the biggest singles in their entire fucking run. Animal I've Become was the lead-off single before the record came out. I think to this day, they're still closing sets with Animal I've Become.
Yeah.
Pain definitely. After that. Never Too Late was this huge deal. Riot after that. Riot actually a little over a year after the album came out, Riot finally became a single. That's always weird to me whenever that happens. But yeah, a lot of big songs on here. I got a chance to see these guys with Breaking Benjamin back in 2010, I want to say. So this is towards the end of the Adam Guntier original run. I think they had they were on tour supporting Life Starts Now, which was their third album. They had whatever the one Venus, whatever the fuck came out after that. So I don't sound like a dick, I'm going to look it up real quick and find out which one. Transit of Venus came out after that in 2012, and then by that point, Adam was out the door.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this record was, I would say, early on their big peak, recorded between November 2005 to January 2006, released June 13th of 2006. It's a respectable window for the most part.
Yeah.
I love looking at that and looking at all the differences, where we see Chevelle Wonder What's Next. They were like, we need to get this out as fast as fucking human. No. That one took a year. Saturate from Breaking Benjamin. They were like, we need to get this out as fast as humanly fucking possible. and then Limp Bizkit, like, off and on recording for almost an entire year, and like missed their original deadline and everything. So I do love looking at this. This was recorded at Bay 7 Studios, Valley Village Studios, and Sparky Dark Studios.
What a name.
In Calabasas, California. So 3 different Calabasas recording studios. Sparky Dark, dude. We're recording our next EP at Sparky Dark, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
We're figuring it out. That's fire, dude. That's the greatest name I've ever heard in my fucking life. But yeah, so this album, a lot of dark tones. Mm-hmm. Adam was going through some shit. I believe was in and out of rehab at this point, had a pain pill addiction, been there. And it comes off in the songs. So I think for me and you, I mean, we were teenagers. I was 15 when this came out. You were 13, you know. Mm-hmm. We were a little over dramatic at that age. So I think that like
I felt these lyrics at 13.
Yeah, we
dude.
pretended this resonated with us. Yeah, dude, we were like, you're right, Adam. It is pain without love. Like it's so,
let's start a riot. I mean, come on.
Let's start one. Why not? So I want to ask you this. 3 Days Grace. Now Adam's back in the fold. I'm sure you were like me, wasn't exactly the biggest fan of the Matt Walsh era.
Not really.
So how are you feeling now with Adam, and what are your expectations for, like, at least the live shows go?
I think the live, I mean, as long as he can still, I have not really seen, I've seen a couple clips, and he sounds good. He sounds the same to me. So it wasn't like, oh, he sounds worse, or he can't hit the notes he used to. Didn't really get that feeling at all. But it's more of, what direction are they going to go more with both of them now? And how bad are the lyrics going to be? Like, are they going to be stupid? Because you got 2 different writing, you know.
No, you don't.
You don't?
I'm telling you right the fuck now,
They're
dude.
the same? Okay.
I'm telling you right now, whoever the fuck was the primary lyricist during the original run stayed the primary lyricist.
Okay.
Because so this is, I'm glad,
because I know nothing after Life Starts Now. I know nothing that they've done, to be honest. Like, I've heard a couple songs, but
Transit and Venus had Chalk Outline, which I know that we knew. But like outside of that, whenever Matt Walsh came in, like they had Mountain, Painkiller, Infrared. They were all the same. Like, so the reason I'm glad you brought up lyrics. I'm a bit of a, I guess you could say, a lyric snob in some ways. You know, I pride myself on being a decent lyricist myself. I remember, and I bring this up all the time, anytime I talk about this with 3 Days Grace with people. Oh, did you know? Actually, I can be a nutsack about this. I remember one time years ago, there was some article that I'd found online that was talking about, like, at what grade level do the most popular rock and metal bands write at? And the ones that were like higher up there were Slipknot was pretty high up there with like a 11th or 12th grade level. Psychosocial's got some big words in it. And this was,
you're not wrong.
This was a little after All Hope Is Gone had come out. And Disturbed was up there as well. They have, David will put some needlessly big words in some of their songs.
Yeah.
3 Days Grace writes at a 3rd grade level.
And I agree.
And ever since then, I can't help but notice it. And they purposely, like, at this point, Life Starts Now had recently come out. It was the new album.
Yeah.
So it literally, like, quotes just the course of Break. Break away from everybody. Break away from everything. If you can't stand the way this place is, take yourself to higher places. That's, when you just read it, it's not a good read.
It's, yeah. And, like, it's very just straight to the point of the feeling. It's not like any extra, like, anecdotes or anything like that. It's just, and that's, I liked it.
So, well, and with this album, for example, I'll use Pain for example. It's another one, you know, they're not using big words by any means. They're not doing a lot. But I don't know if it's the meaning behind it or just how he puts it together, but like pain without love, pain I can't get enough, pain I like it rough because I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. I like the ending of that at least. I like it rough because I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all.
Right, but yeah. And I'm actually looking at the lyrics now, and I can't argue.
They're like literally a fucking 9-year-old could write some of these songs. One of my favorite songs, Overrated, off of the debut album. You made it. You played it. Your shit is overrated. That's it.
Hey,
that's the whole.
It's like
the whole chorus.
As long as it rhymed, it didn't matter.
Yeah. Which
at
it
that
reminds
time,
me of like how I, even whenever I was about to say it reminds me of how I used to write, but like even then, like, I mean, if we look at some of the early shit that me and you wrote together, like I still feel like lyrically. Maybe not good, but a little more.
We could bring out "Watch the World Freak" and we can really
analyze literally what was in my mind.
That's about on par for really like this era of music,
Well, like just so I'm not just ribbing on 3 Days Grace here, to rib on me for a second. In this song that he brought up, "Watch the World Freak," which you're not going to find any recordings online, thank God. Off the rip, the first line out of my mouth makes no sense. Because if you were to stylize a million, in most cases you would say 1 million. Because sometimes a million doesn't make any sense. You should say 1 million. Yeah, I broke that rule. I opened the opening line is, "It was an $1 million shot," they said, to another selfish politician's head. Because I was 17, I knew so much about politics.
Brings back so good memories, though.
Yeah, dude. The song is like loosely written about the assassination of JFK.
Yeah,
because I knew so much about it.
And you wanted wasn't it the original? It was "Watch the World Scream" or something like that.
Yeah, you came. Yeah. No, it was "Bleed." Watch the World Bleed.
That's what
you. You were the one that changed it to "Freak."
Was I?
Yep, that was you. You suggested that.
Shit, man. It was a fun song. I played Betis at the time, but God, I loved screaming "Freak" whenever we played it.
Yeah. It was so look, what I'm saying is like I feel like what I'm saying, to get back on topic, I feel like I'm an authority on the matter of bad lyrics. I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there. And then you look at a song like, you look at like one you actually can find on Spotify, our song "Anchor." Not like I'm not writing at a 12th grade level by any means, but like
we got to a 9. We're freshmen.
It's put together pretty well. Like this, I think it's about sentiment.
Yeah.
So like I bring up like the pain. I like it rough because I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. I think the sentiment there is really good. Like in Anchor, the chorus for Anchor, "You came from your cloud just to hold me down, but I like it here, and that's something you can't bear." I think the sentiment, while it's not I'm not using big Slipknot words or anything. The sentiment's nice.
The sentiment's there, but it's also like when it comes to lyrics, this is you're talking about how you're the advocate of bad lyrics. I'm the type of person that I will listen to Lorna Shore, Slaughter the Prevail, to where not a single fucking person really understands the lyrics unless you listen to that type of music or a lot, or just look at the lyrics. I enjoy lyrics that doesn't give me straight to the point. I like not beating around the bush, but you're giving what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like you're like, I know the premise of Anchor, but you're not literally telling me exactly the premise. You're talking. Help me here. I can't think of the right.
Like symbolism.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, like you're not like pain is just I like pain.
Like
it makes me feel.
It's like it's cut and dry. This is what it's about. In other cases, I'm making you think about it.
Right. Because you can also interpret it like, okay, you're talking about this thing, but this could also resemble this part of my life. But it's just that's the lyrics I really like to go for.
And I think that is a big. I'm glad that you bring that up because I think that is a big thing about 3 Days Grace. Is a lot of people, a lot of the fun is interpreting what you think lyrics mean. Mm-hmm. You can't really do that with the 3 Days Grace song. It's pretty cut and dry.
I mean, every title of the song is exactly what the song is. There is no cut and dry. Like what is just it's as cut and dry as it gets. Animal I've Become. You don't even have to listen to the lyrics or read the lyrics. You know what the song's about. Never Too Late.
Right. One I want to bring up. One I do want to bring up that is blatant in every possible way. And it's not on this record. It's on Life Starts Now. But Last to Know, it's 100% about his girlfriend cheating on him with a friend of his.
Yeah.
It's a hunt, like, and there's
That's funny.
nothing you can do to. You can't listen to it and go, "Oh, I wonder if it's no." Like he's, and like that's one of those songs. And this is another thing that will get brought up a lot with 3 Days Grace. I feel like too many times I'll really like a verse and not like the chorus, or I'll really like the chorus and not like the verse. That song, Last to Know, the verses they're lame. Just the way they're written, it's fucking lame, dude. And you can even tell, 'cause like the verses are like literally like just 2 or 3 really quick lines, and he's got this big powerful chorus. So it's like that song was written with the chorus in mind, but the chorus is really good. It is really, really good. The verses blow dick, but the chorus is really good. And we're going to have that conversation talking about 1X for sure.
I was about to say that there's almost every song has like, that verse sucks, but it's either the chorus or, like you said, exactly what you just said, but it's the music of this album, the riffs.
Pain. The verse is so much better in Pain.
Yeah.
You're sick of feeling numb. You're not the only one. That's so good. I wish I could figure out why my camera's blinking right now. It's driving me nuts. Maybe I need to bump my my light up a little bit. That was pissing me off. It's distracting me. But yeah, like Pain is a really good example of like that line specifically. You're sick of feeling numb. You're not the only one. I think that's really. I love how he puts that together. Trust me, I've got a plan. When the lights go out, you'll understand. Like that's pretty good. Then the chorus is just cut and dry as it gets. But I like it rough. I like that part.
The second half of the lyrics is, the first two, he's just like, I got to put something here. Help me.
Well, that was another like big thing. Like if you listen to anything from the first album, the second verse is literally mirror images of the first verse with just a few words changed. Yeah. Like listen, the biggest offender of this, I would say, is I hate everything about you. The second verse is hardly anything different from the first verse lyrically. And that's a place where they suffer, in the lyric department. But with that being said, a lot of great riffs, as you were just alluding to, a lot of great riffs on this album. I mean, just looking at the singles, Never Too Late. Look, dude, how many times have me and you just been in the middle of like an acoustic jam session? It's guaranteed one of us is going to play that.
I have 3 acoustics sitting out in that living room. One's in drop C, one's in standard, one's in drop B. There's not a single time I pick up that drop D, which is the Luna. And I play Never Too Late. It's like me playing Hey There Delilah. It pisses you off. I used to do that a lot, yeah. But I still just pick it up. I might do like a couple bars of it, but it's like, yeah, fuck it.
Fun thing for you, the listener, to do if you would like to. You can pause this video right now and go find it if you want. If you are watching this on YouTube, you know that this is on the Broken Standard band page channel. You can go to the Broken Standard channel, go through the videos, and look for a video that says TBS Throwback Covers. You will see us doing a very slapstick version of Never Too Late.
Oh,
and it literally was just like, I literally just handed my wife, girlfriend at the times, my phone, and I was just like, can you just film this practice? And she just got like a bunch of videos of us doing this practice, and we just unprompted. I think it was you on the 12. You had the 12 string. I think that's right behind you right there. And you just started playing Never Too Late, and then we just started doing it.
Yep. I remember this now.
Like that Pain, that intro to Pain, Animal I've Become, like that's shit. Or no, that's right.
That's right.
That ain't Animal. Animal I've Become even more dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Like that's even more synonymous with them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the riffs
it's always
are
0, 3, 7, and 8. That's their.
That's
their pocket. They'll throw a 5th fret, in there, but no.
Dude, that's Seether, one of my favorite bands of all time, Seether. Dude, if any Seether comes out, any Seether song ever comes out, I can guarantee you 025, you got the whole song. 025. Yeah. Drop C sharp 025, you got the whole fucking song. Every time.
They got their
Betray and Degrade and Remedy. There's no fucking difference, dude.
Remedy.
Like there's no, I've seen them. I got a really cool chance. Me and Carmen got to go see them do a intimate performance at SiriusXM Studios in Nashville, and they mostly just played newer shit. They had Judas Mind. They actually, which became a single after the fact. The first time they ever played Judas Mind in front of a crowd was that little gig. And so we got to hear that, and then after they left the room, they played like 4 more tracks off the album that wasn't, like this was like June, and the album wasn't coming out till September. And we got to sit there and listen to like 4 more tracks. But yeah, like I'm watching him play Judas Mind. It's 025. Like he's still 25 fucking years later. It's all 025. But it rules.
It does.
It rules
It
ass.
works.
I'll take it.
They can sing for it and sing around it, then hey.
Yeah, and so let's go ahead. You know, I feel like we've prefaced a lot about our mixed feelings on these songs. I'm gonna tell you this right quick.
Yeah.
I did not color code these these song titles. I just looked.
You know, it's all right.
If you can talk about something for a minute, I can do it.
Shit, I don't know what to talk about.
Okay, well, have you? I mean,
I went blank, dude. I got nothing.
Dude, it sucks getting put on the spot like that.
Yeah, it does.
I was literally calling a show with Carmen the other day.
All right.
And we had some hillbilly come walking out the fucking ramp, and then he just started hitting me with some shit out of left field that I was like, I guess I'll figure out what to talk about here.
Fun tidbit for 3 Days Grace.
Here we go.
Up until the last album, which was, help me out here, that would have been Explosions.
I guess.
So you had
with Matt.
You had 6 albums that came out every third year. 3 Days Self-Titled 2003, 1X 2006, Transit of Venus 2012, Human 2015, then Outsider 2018. You did 6 albums every third year, so why the fuck was Explosions 4? You know, like, I'm not OCD, but that bothers the shit out of me.
Dude.
That upsets me. Like,
I can't tell you how many bands have had nothing more. Like, used to have a good album schedule.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, hey, we'll drop something every 5 or 6 years or so.
Because, like, you did 3 Days of Grace. After Outsiders, you could have been 3 years Grace. You know, that could have, been a fun little thing. But then you come out 4 years after, like, what happened? Whose fault? Was this because of Adam coming back? Because if that's the case, you ruined it. Like, I don't even want him back now.
You lying ass.
No.
I don't even want him back now. You fucking lying ass.
No. I'm really glad he's back because, Why did he leave? Do you remember?
I believe it came down to health problems.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that that's what it came down to. And then, but he still went and started his own band. He started Saint Asonia.
Yeah.
Which was fun. Saint Asonia had some good tracks that I really enjoyed. And he had done some fun spots where like he would get on stage with 3 Days Grace over the years. So another fun fact before I got this fixed.
Well,
what do you got?
What? Okay, I know you didn't really care for them that much like I did. I think you did like a couple of their songs, but I actually got pretty deep into their stuff. Was who did is it Apocalyptica?
Apocalyptica.
That just reminded me that I love that song Adam did. Do you remember the name? Because I am blanking as it gets.
I don't care.
I don't care.
3 Days Grace did it live when I saw him.
Oh, I would have died to see that.
It was neat. Like they had like a little stage set up in the middle of the crowd, and then he just disappeared and popped up on that middle stage with an acoustic guitar, and started playing that one.
Did we cover that or what? Which one did I remember? We used to cover one.
I'm Not Jesus, the one they did with Corey Taylor.
Slipknot.
Yeah.
I need to go back and listen to the songs because
they rule,
dude. I overplayed those 2 songs.
I'm Not Jesus fucking rules.
Yes, it does.
I love that shit. So I'll listen to it right after we get done recording.
Yeah.
But so fun fact, they did this kind of where I guess I don't know if they like soft launched the idea of doing the 2-singer thing or if this was just the night that made the conversation start. But they had a big surprise performance. They were playing here in an hour and a half north of me in Huntsville, and they were just regular set. Carmen was working the load in and load out. Carmen does a lot of gig work as a stagehand and shit like that. He was doing load in and load out, I believe, for 3 Days Grace. Now at this time, Carmen lived like down the road from the Von Braun Center, so he would go home during the show and then go back, at the end of the set or after the set to do load out. Well, because a lot of time a lot of shows they don't even let the crew watch. Like he said, Slipknot, they would not let the crew watch, which I think was ridiculous.
Why?
Your
job's done. It's for like
I was like,
2
dude,
hours.
that sucks. I'm like, dude, I saw Slipknot. It was amazing. That sucks, dude. But he said for 3 days grace, he's sitting at home and he gets a text from one of the other stage dudes. He's like, dude, you got to get here. They just brought Adam Guntier on stage. And this was like the first like return performance. And it was after this, I think like within a week after this, they announced that Adam's coming back to the band.
Oh. So he could have actually met Alex if he would have stayed since he was a backstage crew.
I don't know. I don't know how any of that works. I don't know if they really get a chance to go talk to anybody. But yeah, I mean, like he straight up got the text, dude. Adam Guntier's on stage right fucking now.
That's sick, though.
Get your ass over here.
Yeah,
that is wild. All right, so I do have the gimmick fixed now. I've got it fixed now. So let me go ahead and
let's see how stupid your list is. Yeah, I said it.
Probably
it's gonna be wrong.
Little to vary. You're up first, I think.
All right, up first. It's all over.
Yep.
It's all over.
It's a good one. You're red again.
Oh, I'm red again. Hell yeah. Okay.
It's all over fucking rules, dude. No complaints from me.
Dude, we talk about it with Chevelle. When you have an opener song that just bangs right off the get, even Breaking Benjamin Saturate, their first song, like this is that one. Just
what I love about this one is it did the same thing that Burn did on the debut album. But on self-titled, they open up with a song called Burn that does the same like slow build feedback, like 30 seconds worth of feedback into the riff. And it was the same thing. And Burn had a lot of the same thing going on. It opened up with a kick-ass riff right out of the gate. The chorus was even kind of in the same vein of It's All Over, of just kind of like an epic chorus to go with just this kick-ass guitar riff to open things up. And damn, it's crazy how similar It's All Over and Burn are now that I'm thinking about it in my head.
I mean,
damn,
I think
they did it on purpose.
A lot of them will do that. You'll get like two albums later, and they'll come like, wait, you pretty much just redid this song without saying it's, Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, It's All Over fucking rules, dude. My number 5, and you kind of alluded to something about this off air. On my own.
On my own.
That's your little country intro. Boom, 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 bam, bam,
yeah.
Bam, boom, boom.
Even how the drums start is the most country start you can. This is now when I say country, I'm talking like Kenny Chesney, Keith Urban, Dierks Bentley, Sugarland. Let's throw her in here, like type of country. And it's not bad. It's a great song.
So for me, it's another one of those like we were just talking about where the verses I love.
Yeah,
I love how he's singing along with the riff and the verses. The chorus is okay. I wish it was better, but the verse really, really holds this together for me. And yeah, I had to think about this one a little bit. There were a couple of possibilities to put here at 5, but a thing about this record is like, even though oddly it is, I think you can say like this was their coming out party in a big way. Like the first record did big business for them, like as far as the singles go, but as far as a whole album, I think 1X did very well for them.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, dude, there's a lot of songs on this record, take it or leave it for me. Like, really, if it's not on my top 5, for the most part, it's kind of take it or leave it for me.
Really? Okay.
Like, I don't really care. Like, it's whatever. My top 5, I really enjoy. But the rest of them, it's like, okay.
I feel the same, but, like, I mean, for me, well, I'm not going to say I feel the same. Yeah, I don't hate them, but, like, I'll listen through the whole album. Like, there's nothing. Yeah. It's not a perfect album, because there's definitely one song I'm skipping every single time. But I got no true bad things to say about this album. Even the whole, like, On My Own's country intro, but still, like, it's...
Nothing else about the song is, though. It's
right.
Just that
once he comes in and starts singing, it's just like, here we go. We're back.
It's just the quick dun, 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 dun.
There's a little twangy,
like
but other than that, hey, it's great.
Yeah, I love On My Own. Love it. Mm-hmm. The only single that you're going to see on mine.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. Let's start a riot. I love it. SmackDown versus Raw 2008. Let's fucking go, dude.
It's always a wrestling game,
Dude. The old wrestling games had some fucking bangers, dude. Everything from like the original SmackDown versus Raw up to like SmackDown versus Raw 08, 09. I don't know. I can't remember what was on 09, but 08 for sure. This might have been the last great video game soundtrack, actually. Yeah. The Need for Speed games had fucking banger ass soundtracks, dude. Like, I mean, that's why I still play this PS2 as much as I do. That's why it's right here, front fucking center in the goddamn office, because it's the greatest soundtracks you'll ever get.
True. Can't argue there.
I was playing Fight Night round 3 the other night, and that fucking Akon song is in the main menu. See, I know you like my swagger. Oh,
yes.
Fucking, dude, PS2 soundtracks are undefeated, man. All right, I love it. It's a great song.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to throw in for my number 4, Over and Over.
Over and Over.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that. I just love strings in a rock song, apparently. I don't know what it is, just. But that's Over and Over. Okay. Verse is great. Chorus. It's over and over. It's over and over. And that's fine. I get it. I get it, Adam. It's over. I understand. But, Nah. Like,
I mean, at least it's not leaving you guessing.
No. There's,
You know what's up.
But it's like, it's funny to me because I always bring back in myself, like, when we did Asking Alexandria, you like Somewhere, Somewhere. And I'm like, bro, keep your ballads. What is Over and Over? 100% a ballad. I fucking love that song.
Sometimes, dude.
Yeah.
In my case, you keep your fucking ballad.
Right.
None of that shit on mine, dude. But all right. So
number 3.
Tell me what
number 3 is title track, 1X.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show some respect to the title track. What does it for you?
I enjoy the intro drums. It literally sounds like you're playing on some cheap, electric kit, but just like It's All Over, man, it bangs right out the beginning, and it's just, I think it's more of the chorus when he's like, I don't even remember the lyrics, but it's the chorus of this one when he's screaming that high tone, just, I love it.
I feel that.
And this one,
I feel that. Because
of how this one is, like, with how the verse, chorus, all is, it's also a 5-minute song. But this was my base. Like, I already know what my number 1 was, but I put 1X in the middle because, like, this is how I'm judging all these songs.
Okay. Love it. I think 1X was one of the ones that, like, I like the chorus more than I like the verses, for sure. Kind of the opposite of On My Own for me.
Yes.
All right. With that being said, my number 3, I lied to you. I said, get your fucking ballads out of here.
Gone Forever.
Now that you're gone forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one rules, dude. I feel this one. This one makes me feel like a kid again. I'm not gonna lie.
The thing about Gone Forever was when those guitars come in, I'm like, this is a dashboard confessional song. It's like, what is this? Like, I had to go back to make sure, like, because on YouTube, music, once you get done with the album, it'll just start playing your algorithm, and I'm like, I had to go back and make sure I wasn't done with this album.
Yes, like, wait, we're missing this song. Dashboard would be in your future for sure.
It would.
That's fire. No, yeah, I mean, I get that. Now that you say that, I've never thought of it like that, but now that you say that, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah. It's a beautiful song, though. Like,
no, it is a great fucking song. So then my number 2, I think we're hopefully getting, right now we haven't really agreed with each other.
No.
I think we're finally getting there.
Yeah.
We're finally getting there. I'm just looking for it. Oh, there it is. It's up front.
It's all over.
I echo a lot of what you said. It just goes higher for me. I just feel a lot of ways about it. I love that chorus.
Like, listening to it, I would. So, needless to say, how I've been doing these top 5s is I'll go through the album twice, pick a top 5, and I just throw them in a playlist on its own, and then I just listen to those 5 over and over. Not like I'm not listening to it 100 times a day, but then that's how I start picking. Okay, I like this song better, these top 5s, and that's why I'm moving. It's All Over was great, but man, 1X was, like, in my eyes, originally I had 1X last, and then It's All Over third, but I just like 1X just a little bit more.
Sure.
What's your number one, bro?
Well, give me a second to get there. What I do with my list, actually, is I'll pull up an album, like with this one, for example. I'll go and purposely, because like there's 5 or 6 songs on this record I knew very, very well. So I knew in my mind where they stood for me, if I liked them enough to be on the list or not. I'd go and listen to the rest of the songs that I don't know that well, and then I'll write them down. Like if I think they stand out enough to potentially be on the list, I'll write them down. And then I'll put them head-to-head with the songs I do know and then go from there.
Oh, so you're a little more intuitive. I just grab top 5 and make sure I have them in the right order.
Well, y'all think you're doing more.
I think I am? Oh, okay.
I think you're doing more steps.
Okay.
You're like fucking listening to it a couple of times through, then putting it in a playlist.
Yeah.
Like you're doing. I'm working smarter, not harder, buddy.
Right.
But yeah. So my number one, it has to fucking be up here with you, buddy, somewhere.
Get Out Alive. There it is.
Actually, hold on. You never told me what your number 2 was.
Oh.
I was supposed to go last.
Well, my number 2 is Get Out Alive.
Damn, dude. Why didn't you guys say anything? Why didn't you watch this?
Chat. What?
Chat. What the fuck? Okay, so we both love Get Out Alive.
Yes.
For the same reasons, because it fucking rules.
Yes, it does.
I love that guitar part so goddamn much. And
it's so simple, but
we used to play it all the time. I think
Yep.
I actually got you to teach me how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would play it regularly, and I was like, motherfucker, just show your boy what's up.
You know how I found Get Out Alive? Because I knew Riot, I knew Animal, I knew Pain, Never Too Late. When I first heard Riot, it was a Sailor Moon AMV. I
Dude,
was like,
them AMVs, dude.
what song is this? This is, I hate to say this, is also how I discovered Linkin Park, was from a Naruto AMV.
It was a Dragon Ball Z one for me, and it was paper cut. Paper cut through a Dragon Ball Z one.
From the Inside, and that was still fuck Carbon on anything. Out of all their 19,000 albums, From the Inside is my number one, no matter what. Hands down. You can let him know, and he can chastise me, but that is
I'll speak to him whenever if he gets done with his nap. He had to work for Dave Matthews earlier. He's a little tuckered out.
Oh, poor kid.
Why would you say? What was your number one?
Riot.
Let's start one.
That's my favorite. Like, other than Get Out Alive, Riot is my favorite song. If I have a drop C guitar and I have distortion, I am playing the whole song of Riot, solo and all. I mean, solo is only like 6 notes, but still.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Like, because my favorite thing about the solo is it just starts at 10 on the E string. But man, whenever you slide up to it, like, oh, I'm a rock star, like I'm doing something badass, and it's just like, all right. But God, one of my favorite songs. Yet chorus, very mediocre. Verses, decent. But Riot is all instruments for me. Like this.
Yeah,
is why
I love that guitar
this
riff.
song. Yeah.
I like the verses more than the chorus.
Yep.
We're back to that. Because it's really just a rally cry.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Let's start a riot.
It's really just like, hey, have you been treated like shit?
Yeah.
Have people done these things to you? Then let's fuck them up, dude.
Right.
It's fire. Okay, so we got there. There's a few similarities.
Yeah.
It wasn't looking hot there for a second.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and 1X we'll bring back down here. Gone Forever's down here. And it's Over and Over and On My Own. Okay. So Get Out Alive was 1 and 2, Riot's 1 and 4, and Get Out Alive's 1.
Get Out Alive 1, Riot.
Would
See,
be
it's
2.
difficult because I would almost want to keep It's All Over at 2 because, I mean, Riot's is good, but man, It's All Over bangs right out the gate. Like, it's... Riot, I'm pumped into it. I'm into it, yeah, but It's All Over after that little intro, I want to throw something. Like, I want to...
So you're thinking Get Out Alive, It's All Over,
and then Riot. Yeah.
Okay. I am all about that. All about that in a big fucking way. Okay. So you had left Over and Over and 1X.
Yeah.
I had Gone Forever and On My Own.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going for Gone Forever. What are you?
You want Gone Forever on there?
Yeah. What do you want?
Lyrically, I like 1X more. Music, well, I can't even say that.
What can you say?
I'm going 1X, man, because
1X.
yeah.
Where'd you have it?
I had 1X as third. You had Gone Forever as third.
Gone Forever as third. Yeah.
But let me look.
I feel now much better now that you're gone forever.
Yeah. You know what? Just for the sake of the album, because Gone Forever literally is on top of 1X, I say, dude, fuck it. Let's go Gone Forever and 1X. Because they're both good enders.
Yep, I agree.
You get shit with this top 5. You got a nice, good, solid, just intro and outro.
You're hitting the spectrum for sure. Cause like you've got Get Out Alive is the perfect ramp up of a song. Just an awesome, clean guitar intro into a big epic finale for the song. It's All Over. Hell of a lot of fucking fun. Big, just boisterous chorus. Riot, you be starting one when you listen to that. Gone Forever, a little more on the ballad side. 1X, just fucking fun ass song, dude.
Yeah. Another, like, pretty much 2 ballads at the end, just 1X is 4 minutes and 47 seconds. And, I mean, they're still long songs. Gone Forever is 3 minutes and 42 seconds, so.
That's a little more our range.
Yeah.
Yeah, so number 1, Get Out Alive. Number 2, It's All Over. Number 3, Riot. 4, Gone Forever. Number 5, 1X.
Love it. Listen to it. Put it in a playlist. Enjoy yourself.
Put it in a playlist.
And if you want to feel sad, not only just because you're sad and you want to feel sad for yourself because, yet again, grow up, get over it, you can go listen to Pain, Animal, and Never Too Late.
Yeah.
They are good songs, but come on, we're past that.
Get Out Alive is, it is a song that, it blows my mind wasn't a single because I think it would have done really, really well as a single. So it is a song, if you love the 3 Days Grace formula and you love, 3 Days Grace when they're at their best, check out Get Out Alive if you haven't, for sure, because it fucks hard. It is a extremely enjoyable song that we both love to fucking death. And the rest of the album, the rest of the album's really fun, but this top 5 is, we both feel very strongly about this top 5.
100%.
All right, so that's the list. That part's fire.
Yeah. You got anything bad to say about this album? Because we really didn't. This might be one of the few. Of course, you got Chevelle. Asking Alexandria, we really didn't. Did you actually have any negativity besides lyrics towards this album?
This album, it's basic, but it's not as bad as Life Starts Now.
Yeah, okay.
Because first I really didn't have. Really enjoyable.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. One of the few I have nothing really bad to say about the album. I had my favorites, but
yeah, like the 5, I think that is a perfect top 5. The rest, like I said earlier, if it's not on my top 5, it's kind of a take it or leave it for me.
Yeah,
but that's not to say I dislike any of it because I don't dislike any of it. I like all of it, but some of them I feel much stronger about. So let's hit the bowl, Austin. What do you want?
Hit the bowl. Let's go. All right. What do I want?
So we've done The State by Nickelback. We've done Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water by Limp Bizkit, and we just did 1X by 3 Days Grace. We each get a veto. Hopefully we don't have to overrule our own vetoes again, but we each get a veto. What are you wanting to pull?
I'm going to stick with Page Avenue Story of the Year because even today, that's my perfect album. Out of this whole list so far, I think that's the one that I'm so
bands I saw live.
I know. Yeah, go on.
And I saw Story of the Year around the time Bomb came out. Bill Murray, dude, they released the full course for the new song earlier. Yeah. So good, so fucking good, dude.
All right, pulling out the bucket. What do we have? Oh, we have Velvet Revolver, Contraband.
I'm excited.
Now this one,
how you
I don't remember anything.
Good.
If you played a song, I probably would remember. But if you go, hey, you remember this album, this song? I don't remember a single song name from Velvet Revolver. So this is going to be fun.
It's like Slither and Fall to Pieces. I'm sure you've heard.
Probably. Especially
the
from
rest,
you or just
the rest of it, nah.
Okay.
I am very, very excited for this one. That is one of my all-time favorite albums. Velvet. I'm a big supergroup fan. Velvet Revolver being one of probably my, like, I'd say Velvet Revolver and The Damn Things are my top 2 favorite supergroups. But yeah, Scott Weiland on vocals obviously from Stone Temple Pilots, Slash on lead guitar from Guns N' Roses, of course. Dave Kushner on rhythm guitar. I feel like an asshole. Can't remember what he played. And then Duff McKagan on bass, Matt Sorum on drums. They were both also members of Guns N' Roses. Fucking phenomenal record. I am very, very excited to cover that. We've got
Let's do it.
In your time, the viewer, this will be out next week. In our time, we got a couple of weeks. So no rush. I've got a massive loop that I'm about to go on where I'm going to be in Louisville, Kentucky Thursday, Sevierville, Tennessee Friday, Chattanooga, Tennessee Saturday, Atlanta, Georgia Sunday, back to Chattanooga on Monday, and back to Louisville on Tuesday. I'm going to want to kill myself after that. And I'm going to come home and I'm just going to sleep for a few days, and then we'll reconvene for more ham is what we'll do.
Love it.
But, all right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. I'm Rob.
I'm Austin.
And thanks for hanging out.
Peace.